Very innovative. The table on wheels was helpful. It's good.
I'm not gonna lie, it makes me almost more nervous than
Yeah,
seeing the robot on the ground.
that's valuable property there.
Yeah.
Are we able, here you go, clicker. All right, my name is Jenny Engel. I'm the head coach for the high school team 3313. You can see our robot in the middle, in which they'll talk quite a bit about, but we also want to highlight our middle school program that is now considered a middle school sport, First Tech Challenge, and that is the FAR robot, almost yoga ball size. I know it looks pretty small compared to ours, but it's really impressive. And then finally on the other side of our big robot is the Lego robot, and that is First Lego League, or our elementary teams. And we have some awards there already from this year, so I will let my team introduce themselves, what year they are in school, and then start the presentation. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Breeder Cleveter, and I am a junior in high school.
Hello, I'm Gunnar Salno, and I am a junior in high school.
Hello, I'm Leah Hunt, and I'm a junior in high school.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Flint, and I'm a freshman in high school.
And together, we're representing Team 3313. All right. So as you know, we are a FIRST robotics team. But what is FIRST? FIRST is the parent company of 3 robotics competitions. The first of which being FLL, of course, that elementary stage. The second being FTC. And the final being FRC, which is the high school division. But we do more than just build robots on each of these levels. We also build brands as teams. So we build business presentations or other school board presentations, along with business plans and just a general vibe that the team kind of follows.
Here is a list of all our local teams in Alexandria. For FLL, we have 3 teams of elementary schoolers: the Terratech Titans, the Ancient Eight, and Lego Masters in an Ancient Viking Ship. I know that last one was a bit of a mouthful, but they're going to state this year. As for FTC, we have just 1 team, the Gear Ratios. It used to be 2 teams, but then I decided that because of we don't have the mentors for it, and also they don't work very well divided. So this year we combined it into 1 team. I also like to note that I personally was on that team last year.
So 3313 started in 2009, which is leading 16 years of students in STEM. And we currently have 19 students and 7 mentors, with 4 sub-teams, which we'll be talking about just now.
So the starting of those few sub-teams is the CAD team. This is computer-aided design, meaning that before we first build the major robot, we make a completely computer-generated version of said robot by building it piece by piece, and this allows us to have our design concepts while not wasting so much material. This goes through 3D modeling processes, and we can do a whole lot with the 3D modeling. After the CAD process, we end up going to building and manufacturing the robot. The robot is built up of, while also it has its mechanical parts, it also has about 200 different manufactured and 3D printed parts atop the entire robot. This was helped by either our team's own access to the high school or some of our sponsors being willing to help us make some of our parts. Then there's also the build electrical, which happens after the mainframe of the robot is built. While being slightly minor, it is still a very major part, being how the robot actually gets to function. Everywhere from the actual electrical to the CAN network, which is basically the nervous system of the robot, allowing it to communicate with itself. So the programming team comes after the build is completely done, or even alongside it, being that it programs all of the different movements and functions of the robot. It's one of our major functions this year being the limelight system, which is a set of twin cameras that allow us to line up with quick QR codes placed around the arena area, allowing quick programs to run so that we don't have to spend as much time lining up with certain areas on the field. This alongside with some of our more major build parts, being the swerve drive system, allows us to be quick and agile on the field.
And finally, we have the presentation team, which is 3 main members, but everybody ends up presenting at some point to some capacity. The presentation team usually works on essays or questionnaires, along with reaching out to alumni and other awards like the Impact Award, which punched our ticket along with great scores from our robot to the World's competition in Houston, Texas for the 2025 season. We'll expand more on the Impact Award a little bit later.
Our mentors, who we love very much, come from a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of which can include our local manufacturing companies like A-Guard and Douglas Machine, and as well as, of course, education. Like, for example, Jenny teaches 7th grade science. Here's a more compiled list of, is the same list, but shorter. This goes for all of our teams, not just 3313. And there's a lot of backgrounds that you really wouldn't expect, like healthcare and graphic design, and many, many, many more.
Our alumni have a 100% graduation rate, with 100% of them going into STEAM careers after high school, and for the past 3 years. And then 33% of them are now serving our country in the military, which is my older brother. And multiple of alumni still stay involved with FIRST Robotics.
So as you know, we've been around for a little bit of time. Starting in 2009, we've been building robots. And this is our little Hall of Fame. As you can see, we've built robots that have stacked, thrown, and even placed a multitude of game pieces in multitude of challenges. As you'll see, this will scroll up all the way to 2024, and you might realize there were 3 years missing from that. That's because we've gone to Worlds 3 times in our history, starting in 2014 with the robot Thor, the 2019 robot Scorpion, and this year, drum roll please, our robot for 2025, Tidal Wave. So now we'll play a quick match from our Iowa regional to kind of demonstrate what this robot actually did on the field.
5, 3,
All right,
2,
so
1,
as you'll see,
go.
our robot has the blue bumpers, so we'll be on the
way to
left
go,
side of the
Bobbix
screen.
match 54.
Our robot is running its autonomous code, which is the first 15
Coral
seconds
up
of
and
this
on
match.
for the Blue
The robot is
Alliance.
going completely off pre-programmed
And there goes a
instructions
fourth.
with no human interaction. As you can see, those bright green
Might be
lights
time
are
for
those
fifth.
cameras we mentioned
Not
earlier
quite.
that
That's
are
poised
hooking
and
onto
prime.
codes on the
Drivers take
reef.
control.
So now we've moved into teleop, which is where we have 2 drivers driving using Xbox controllers,
45, 39,
and they are
20,
trying to
39.
place coral
Place
on the
coral
reef,
up
which is
high
like
for
the
the Red
purple part,
Alliance.
and that's it's white PVC pipes you can see in our robot currently.
Blew out to a
And then they're
strong
also
early lead
taking
based on
LG
an
off the
autonomous
reef. You
performance.
can
They're
score
looking
that
to
in a couple
add to
different
it.
ways, and it's all worth like different points. And so before the matches, you'll
75,
notice there's
31
3
up
robots on the
high,
blue side,
525
3 on the red
joining them
side,
for the Blue
and we're clicking on the
Alliance.
blue for this one. These are called alliances, and so
And
they're
up the
decided
rung of the
before the
blue reef,
matches
filling up
with
quickly.
like this before all the matches,
525
and
knocks
it's
them
different
out,
every
you
single
lose.
time. So one time we might be competing with this team, and we could be competing against them another time, and it
Blue
creates
onto
this
the
really
middle
interesting
section
competition sport.
For Coral place there, 2 down low. Red Alliance, they've gotten in a rhythm, scoring up high. Trying to get some more algae placed up into the netting, can't quite make that. 28-38, Coral to the midsection of the reef. 16-25 up high. That algae is up and in for the Red Alliance. The Blues still with a sizable lead. 5-2-5 around the back, 3-3-13 right there with them. Plenty of coral on that reef for the Blue Alliance. Close to filling the whole thing up. Under 40 seconds to go. Blue Alliance threatening a high score at this rate.
So coming up very soon,
Red Lions
here
scoring
is
well
Endgame,
too, but it's
where
just too
certain
much
actions
on the
can
blue
be taken,
side.
such as you'll see some of the robots heading towards the
20
middle of the
seconds to
field,
go.
which is where a set of cages
Blue Lions will
hang.
move into endgame position.
The challenge with those
5:25.
cages is to be able to bring the
33-13
robot
nearby
completely
as
off
well.
the ground without touching
10 seconds to
either,
go.
without touching the chain. that's
5-2-5.
holding.
They're up off the ground.
Our target was
33-13.
about
Can they
4
join?
inches
Yes,
off the
they
ground,
can.
and we were able to get the
Red
full
Lions
robot
get
off.
16-25 up just before time runs out.
Just in time.
Blue Alliance takes the victory.
And something else with this is
And
that we
they
did
set a new high
for
score
that
in our
point.
last match of the day. 198 blue, 166 red.
So the Impact Award, this is what took us to Worlds this year. And our presentation team, which is 3 students, they present a speech to some judges, and they also write 2 essays to go along with it. And so some things we did for this is we had a 6th grade STEAM day. We helped with the STEAM Expo at the high school. We host 4 summer camps, and we've mentored a couple teams around the area. And then the big thing for our Impact Award is we redid the driver station ramps for wheelchairs. So we noticed some original issues with the ramps, and we wanted to increase the safety of them, how available they were, and how portable they were. So we made 2, and we brought them to regionals and tested them and got feedback from people who used them, judges, and the people moving them around. And then so we made a final model, and this past year we had 2 ramps go week to week to different regionals and ended at Worlds. And now this coming up year, we're gonna have 50 ramps across all regionals, being the first official ramps.
So our season will be beginning January 10th in less than a month. And that'll begin our build season, of course, where we, of course, start constructing that thing. This will continue until March, where we go into regional matches. This year we're going to Grand Forks, North Dakota, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. That goes until April, at which point we are hoping we'll be going to Worlds in State.
So this sport obviously doesn't come without its lineage of costs. That being not only our own fees, but supporting our middle school teams and our elementary school teams. And this comes with just having to move the robot around and also build the robot itself. And this obviously doesn't happen without a lot of help from sponsors, that being a whole lot. That being many of the manufacturing businesses around and some of the major sponsors of FIRST, such as the Gene Haas Foundation and the school itself, giving us the space that we need in order to be able to do what we need to do within the old middle school shop and some of the funding for our travel miles. Then coming with the Worlds in State, if we make it there, almost doubles the cost, which ends up with a whole lot more money out of our bank account than we did. Any questions?
When do you find out your game for next year?
January 10th.
I was excited to see how you included alumni. I was reading through this over the weekend thinking, and they got to the end where you printed that, and I thought that's kind of cool. So I'm curious what you guys are thinking as far as what you might do later on for a career.
I was thinking of going into manufacturing.
I plan on going into the agricultural industry.
I'm going into a lot of different career paths, but most notably programming is most relevant to this.
And for me, I want to pursue wildlife film, but also work partially in wildland fire management.
Awesome.
What would you say is your favorite part of robotics?
We love you, Jenny.
You are the best.
I'd say my favorite is some of the relationships I've made on this team.
I was gonna
Well, I guess I can kind of give the cheesy but genuinely earnest answer is all the learning we get to do and the community that surrounds that idea of learning. We get to pick up so many different topics from engineering to programming, along with presentation and even marketing skills. It's been such a great opportunity to get to meet so many people and learn so much.
I just like how this kind of pushes me sometimes out of my comfort zone, in which working with people and just having to do different topics.
This is obviously my first year on the team, but I have absolutely loved it. I just love being able to be alongside these amazing people in this amazing team that went to Worlds 3 times, in such a short amount of time too. And everyone on this team is extremely devoted to our work.
How do you, with the design, is it really influenced by the game? Is that how it all starts, and then you kind of work from that?
Yeah. So personally, they call me Wikipedia on the team.
He knows everything.
I have the entirety of the history of the game specifically memorized, starting back in 1992 with their first game. And we can look back at that history and really dissect what the games do to help design the robots. Specifically this year, we had to have a really tall robot, but in the past, we've had to shoot balls about probably shoulder height to me, or we've had to do rapid fire games. It changes what we need to do every year, so it really does influence what need to come from the mechanical side.
So he wasn't kidding. He really does know everything.
Literally asking any game history.
So it starts with kickoff, and that's where we find out what the game is, and we have this like animation of what we're gonna do and all this fun, and then we immediately get started that practice on like what do we want to do with our robot, what do we want to focus on, all the elements, all that fun.
Do you have any, it's great to have history, and history can sometimes lead you to maybe predicting the future. Do you have any prediction on the game for this year? This is not a plant, that's not a plant question. Former history teacher, so I would be interested.
Hello and welcome to my TED Talk. I'll keep this short. No, okay. So they do give us teasers leading up to it, which honestly are more or less just egging on the community. But this year specifically is First Age, which is the overarching theme for all 3 levels of the competition. This year specifically, our game is called Rebuilt, which in conspiracy theory does seem like they're going to bring back game pieces from the history of the sport. Some people, like me, are theorizing that we will be doing something that has been a hit or miss for the sport over the seasons, but it's one of the rarer versions of a game called a stacking game. The most notable version of this being in 2015. I won't bore you with the details, blah, blah, blah. But it's where you have to pick up a game piece and stack it on top, usually multiplying the points by how tall you can get the stack. Feel free to look it up. It's all documented on the First Robotics website.
I'll be excited if that comes to fruition on January 10th. This will be interesting.
Yes.
So you guys, do you have a date for the Grand Forks meet yet, or is that still?
Yep.
Okay. And then while we're looking up, do you guys ever like want to take apart Roombas and stuff, or are they just boring? Or have you?
I don't think any of us can confirm nor deny our intent with Roombas.
I don't think anyone's ever thought about it.
Oh, sorry, parents.
So Great Northern Regional up in Grand Forks, North Dakota is March 11th through the 14th. And then the second one that we're going to is called the Greene County Regional in Tulsa, Oklahoma, March 31st through April 4th. The interesting part about that one is we are traveling with 5 other NMRC teams, Northern Minnesota Robotics Conference. So all leaving from Alexandria, 2 buses, 6 teams headed to Oklahoma. So
And what
pretty
date
cool
are you leaving?
collaboration. Say again?
What date are you leaving for that?
The 31st
Of March?
March.
Okay. And then for like the multiple day in Grand Grand Forks? Do you compete every day, just builds up to
We
the
do,
final?
like Friday is a really good day to be there, and Saturday is finals. So obviously, if you want to see the best of that regional, that's the time to be there.
Okay.
And the cool part with our regionals is we're getting people from all over the world. You will, in Grand Forks, we should be seeing some people. I believe there was one team from Japan, and we've had people from Hawaii and Australia there before as well.
And then, so you were saying if you can't make it there, that you guys stream it. Where can you find the stream?
Yep, so it's a live stream. It's all on firstinspires.org, but I will make sure that I get it out to everybody.
Jenny is really good about making sure everybody knows where to find the stream, so
Weird.
she
Thank
does a
you.
great job of communicating that. And for those in the audience, and I know a number of board members have had a chance to see a competition in action, it's amazing, right? It's just amazing. So if you ever get a chance to go check out a robotics competition, do it. It's pretty powerful.
So a few years ago, we hosted here. Do we have anything on the schedule to do that again? That was a great experience. I mean, you're right. I mean, watching it live is different. I mean, you can see it online, but
Yeah,
being there live
absolutely.
was...
So we hosted the Northern Minnesota Robotics Conference, which was absolutely awesome. Next year, I can tell you it'll be in Perham, and the year after that will be Nevis. So I can tell you where it's headed next. We try to move it throughout our conference so that everybody has a chance. Like 2 years ago, we went to Babbitt for it, which was a long haul. However, it's really amazing to see how much community support that all of our communities get, and just, again, being able to see it live. So we do try to move it, so I can't guarantee when, but we're on the list.
Perm's not that far either, but...
Yeah. And another cool thing, if you don't mind, I'm going to shout out to these kids. They've also, almost all of them have joined the Pack Challenge Club, which we just started this year. And if you've been on Facebook, you maybe saw the shout out from Douglas Machine. We just found out last week on Monday that our Pack Challenge Club became one of the 6 finalists out of the United States. And so we'll be actually creating our packaging machine in order to compete in Chicago next year. So at the Pack
That's
Expo,
amazing.
which is a pretty cool honor to be listed as one of the 6, and Minnesota is well represented. We have 3 teams from Minnesota, 1 from Wisconsin, 1 from Illinois, and 1 from Massachusetts. So just another quick add-on, not just robotics, but here we are.
Just to clarify, when you said that almost the entire team is on the Pack Challenge, she means, okay, everyone here is on the Pack Challenge. It's just like just a few people on the team who, on the overall team who aren't.
99%.
Yeah. For reference, there is 19 people on the team.
Congratulations. That's quite a big deal. Thank you.
Next is audit. So our
Yeah,
friends
with
from
Margot.
Abdo. No, it's our friends from Abdo.
Okay, yeah.
Julie,
Congratulations.
great job.
Thank you.
Good to see you as well, sir.
Thanks,
Good to see
Gunnar.
you. Well done, well done.
Thank you.
I know there's a big
Good luck
box
to you
right
guys.
there, so-
Thank you for speaking with us.
Careful.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you again. Yeah.
Well done, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry, I see the bumpers on to get out the door.
Okay, bring this one down.
It's not exactly a science.
It's an art form.
This is art, not science.
Form of that. Oh, I did.
So I don't know if our audience will be able to see this disassembly attempt, but I just want to reiterate. And Jenny, thanks for leading this crew. And I think you referenced this, like others, they get so many skills out of these experiences that are phenomenal.
Yeah,
So
everybody has a different story from robotics, and it's super fun to hear what they like the most, because I don't always ask that question, and what stands out to them. So yes, unfortunately, in order to get out the door, we have to remove our bumpers. So sorry, this is taking a minute. They're supposed to be quick change ones because we usually go from red to blue, but here we are. Got
You
it.
were mentioning that you have some awards from the elementary?
Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. So we had all three of our teams play locally at Discovery Middle School. We hosted, and actually my high school students were part of the judging and refereeing crew. So it's another way for them to get out and do some community service with their younger people. And then each team came home with an award. One of the teams, like Motivate Award, Engineering Inspiration, and as mentioned, one of the teams is actually qualified for state. So we're hoping that they do fabulous at state. Minnesota takes 2 teams from state and sends them to Worlds. They go to the same Worlds competition that we as a high school team go to, so it's a really cool opportunity for people to see that as well. We haven't made that far yet, but we're got our fingers crossed.
Don't
And
want that job.
Marine's kiddo is one of them that might be headed that direction, so thank you for letting us borrow your children too. Thank you. Thanks again, guys.
All right, well done.
Thank you. Careful with that.
The other entertaining piece is you notice no adults stepped in to assist. It was student autonomy and learning is a great thing, so well done, robotics team. Yes, thanks, Jimmy.
Okay. Moving on to action items, I want to invite our friends from Abdo here to do our audit.
And apologies, as that's a bit of a tough crew to follow, but
I know, I was exactly going to say that. It's hard to kind of jazz up the audit report, but we'll try to do it. So, well, good evening. I'm Tom Ollinger. I'm the governmental service partner